An aurora, often known as the polar lights, is a natural light display in the sky that is most commonly observed in high-latitude regions such as the Arctic and Antarctic. Aurora borealis exhibits dynamic patterns of bright lights that appear as curtains, rays, spirals, or dynamic flickers that span the entire sky. Auroras are created by disruptions in the magnetosphere caused by solar wind. Major disturbances are caused by increases in the speed of the solar wind caused by coronal holes and coronal mass ejections. The paths of charged particles in the magnetospheric plasma are altered as a result of these disruptions. Electrons and protons, in particular, precipitate into the higher atmosphere. As a result of the ionization and stimulation of atmospheric elements, light of various color and complexity is produced. The aurora, which occurs in bands around both polar regions, is likewise affected by the degree of acceleration imparted to the precipitating particles. The majority of the planets in the solar system, as well as some natural satellites, brown dwarfs, and even comets, are home to auroras. The term aurora is derived from the name of Aurora, the Roman goddess of dawn who traveled from east to west proclaiming the arrival of the sun. The equivalent name-os was used metaphorically by ancient Greek authors to allude to dawn, frequently highlighting its play of colors across the otherwise black sky. The majority of auroras occur in a band known as the auroral zone, which is typically 3 to 6 degrees broad in latitude and 10 to 20 degrees from the geomagnetic poles at all local times or longitudes, and is most visible at night against a dark sky. The auroral oval is a zone shifted by the solar wind towards the night side of Earth that is currently displaying an aurora. The statistics of auroral observations provide early evidence for a geomagnetic relationship. The phenomenon is known as the aurora borealis, or northern lights, in northern latitudes. Galileo coined the earlier word in 1619, combining the Roman goddess of the morning and the Greek name for the north wind. The aurora australis, also known as the southern lights, displays properties similar to the aurora borealis and changes in tandem with changes in the northern auroral zone. High southern latitudes in Antarctica, Chile, Argentina, South Africa, New Zealand, and Australia can see the aurora australis. The aurora borealis can be seen in places around the Arctic Circle, such as Alaska, Canada, Iceland, Greenland, Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Russia. When there is a geomagnetic storm, the auroral ovals widen, sending the aurora to lower latitudes. The instantaneous distribution of auroras differs significantly, being focused approximately 3 to 5 degrees nightward of the magnetic pole, so that auroral arcs reach the equator the furthest when the magnetic pole in question is between the viewer and the sun. This is known as magnetic midnight, and it is the greatest time to watch the aurora. Auroras may be directly overhead, but from a distance, they illuminate the poleward horizon as a greenish glow, or occasionally a faint crimson, as if the sun were rising from an unexpected direction. Auroras can also be seen poleward of the auroral zone as diffuse patches or subvisual arcs. When a geomagnetic storm momentarily enlarges the auroral oval, auroras can be visible in latitudes below the auroral zone. Other varieties of auroras, such as poleward arcs stretching sunward across the polar cap, the related theta aurora, and dayside arcs near midday, have been spotted from space. These occur infrequently and are poorly understood. Other unusual features include flashing aurora, black aurora, and subvisual red arcs. A modest light was noticed near the two polar cusps, the field lines that separate those that close past Earth from those that are swept into the tail and close remotely. That was all for now. If you want more videos like this, please like, subscribe, and leave us a comment for more topics.